Hi Hot Toys collectors, it's Club King returning for another ratings video, and this time it's the Hot Toys AVP Alien Warrior Special Edition. Alright, just show you the figure. Face hugger that comes with it. As you can see, the tail goes round there. Right, little backstory to this figure before I start. Right, anybody who watches my videos will know that recently I reviewed the Ezio Assassin's Creed figure, and on that video I introduced you to the little clipper prince, Callum, my son. I had him playing the game as I did the review. Now, we started collecting because I was looking for figures for him. If any of you have seen me videos before, you'll know the backstory of why I started collecting. Anyway, as time goes on, he gets a bit older, he pays less interest in these collectibles, and I pay a little bit more. Now he's really into girls, football and Call of Duty really. Don't really pay much interest to these. Anyway, we sat on laptop together on Sunday night and we spot this. Now, he starts going mental over this figure, but to be honest, the aliens are not really figures I've ever really gone for. I was tempted by a Pred alien a while ago, but I talked myself out of it, and I've never bid on an alien before. I don't really know the price of him, if I'm honest. And to be honest, the films are okay, but not fantastic in my opinion, so I've never really gone for him. Anyway, we sees this alien and we sees it's a special edition. I do a bit of review into it, watch a few YouTube videos, realise there's not that many. Anyway, the ones I do see, the guys reviewing them kind of explained that it's they only released, I think, 350 of this special edition. So I think to myself, maybe it's worth a chance. The guy, the seller, good guy actually, I'll name him now. It's called, his eBay account is Blade Runner Toys. So I check his past history, and he's basically selling Predators, Aliens, Hot Toys in general. Get really good feedback. So I thought, I'll take a punt. The advert looks good. Have a go. And he's got it £100 starting bid with £12 post and packaging in the UK. Or £130 buy it now. So I thought, don't want to mess about, be bidding for a week, fucking about, somebody nicking it off me. So I weighed in. As you know, I've got a bit of money banked from some figures I sold. I weighed in, I paid £130 for it in the £12 post and packaging. Like I say, a great guy, sent him a mail saying I just bought it and paid, if there any chance he could post it ASAP, because, like I say, this is the first figure in a while that Callum had really got excited about. Like I say, I noticed he's taking a little less interest, but he might pay more interest when it comes to the point of selling these toys and he realises money's coming his way. But yeah, so anyway, he asked for this figure, I go for it, get it, and it comes the next day. So as you can see, it is a good looking figure. So yeah, that's how I got hold of the figure. And like I say, I'd be hoping for some of the subscribers to tell me a little bit more about this figure, because like I say, I'm not a massive fan of aliens, but the figure turned out to be really nice. And like I say, at that price I thought I'll take a punt on it. If I don't like it, I can sell it on and definitely get my money back at that price. But it's turned out to be a good figure, really good condition. Bearing in mind this is an old figure, I think it's the on that side of the box. It is the what number we got? I don't think this will pick it up. MMS 29, so it is an early one. It's in really good condition. A couple of little dents and bumps, but I don't really mind that too much on this one. It's quite old. So anyway, on to review. That's how I got it. Right, source material. Like I say, Alien, the first film, I think is pretty good. Aliens is really good. 3 and 4, I've watched them once. I won't watch them again. Predator versus Alien, first one's okay. Predator versus Alien, Requiem's a little bit shit. So, like I said, and in the AVP films, it's definitely Predator playing leading role. These are just backup characters in my mind. But if I'm taking them as a whole, I mean, this one is actually from the AVP film. So, but I'm going to take the alien characters as a whole, because it obviously bears a likeness to all the films. So I'm going to score the source material with 4 points. Right, the package. I'll pull back out because this package is fucking massive. Right, it is in good nick. Like I said, I'll show you at corners, because I do have a problem with dented corners. It's not too bad, a little bit of a fold on that back corner. Nothing too major. Actually, the camera makes it look worse than it really is. But yeah, really good package. The people that's owned it previously have really looked after it. The style of the package is just a basic holographic slipcover with a bigger box inside. Opens up and the window inside, obviously. It is standard for Hot Toys, but because it's size, it makes it really impressive looking. I actually have all my collectibles delivered to work, and the guys that check my stuff out while I'm at work before I bring it home, obviously, were really impressed with this box, so I do gauge that. So where I'd normally give a slipcover like this a 3 points, because of the size of it and picture on front, I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5. Likeness. Like I said, the likeness on this is really good, and the reviews I did watch, a lot of people, the points they pick with these alien figures, this one doesn't seem to have them. The articulation is really good, nice and stiff. The joints popped on really well. There's some slight assembly on this. The teeth are the metallic silver. Some people have said they've had to paint them. The dome is really nice and clear, as you can see. You can see into his brain and into his eyes. Really good. As you can see, that hand's holding him up, and I'll explain that later. Yeah, the lightness is fantastic, and it is really menacing when you hold it. And as you can see, I've got him at the side of the Predator, which is more for scale than anything else. So on the likeness, I've given him a 5 out of 5. Outfit. Now, I've come across this problem with scoring an outfit before on the likes of the Iron Man figures. They don't really wear outfits as such, but this has got a rubber bodysuit like the Rocky figures and the Rambo figures. As you can see, Rocky's there, Rambo in behind him, same as the Hellboy. So it's not an outfit as such, it's not clothes, you can't undress him, but I am going to score it as an outfit because it is covering the articulated body underneath, and it really is fantastic. The parts are hard plastic in places, soft plastic in soft rubber in others. The articulation is fantastic on it. It's not hindered by the rubber suit like the Rocky figures and Rambo figures are, and it really does look good. I think it's a repainted version, and it's fantastic. A little bit brown compared to the alien I remember from the film, but it's a really good effect. It's got like a really dirty, murky look to it. So on the outfit, like I say, it's not an outfit as such, but if I had to score it, I'd give it a 5. Articulation. The articulation on this is really good. You can put him in any pose from the film. I'm just trying to get some different shots. His neck's really well articulated. His body's got 2 ball joints inside it, so you can move his chest and his hip area. The leg's really well articulated. The hands are bendy fingers on this one. The rotating ball joint on the elbow and knee and ankles is really good. Get him in some good poses. The only downside to the articulation is a little bit top heavy, and his legs don't seem to balance him very well. So the main problem I've got with this guy, and the reason I'm still not sure whether to keep him or not, is because where I like to, if you can see in this cabinet, I'll just do a quick scan through it. I like to have 3 rows of 3. So obviously there's 3 there, 3 there. I've only got 2 here because of the size of both these front guys and the length of the alien's tail, as you can see. So what I've had to do is, on the next shelf up, I've got 3 at front, and then I've got 4 on the shelf behind, and then 3 again. And same looking up. I'm actually sat on carpet, so I will go up cabinet because I've got some things to talk about while I'm doing this review. So it is massive. It's a lot bigger than it seems on video. I mean, I was expecting it to be big, sort of in scale with the Predator, but it's, if anything, it could be a little bit too big from the films I remember. I sort of remember them as scrawny little things, but this is really, really big figure. Really good, really menacing looking. So the articulation on it, like I say, is fantastic, but some poses you put it in, you need plenty of room because you need to bend the tail to sort of stand him up. I dropped on lucky actually with this cabinet because it did originally come with 6 shelves in it. So one of the shelf holding screws, as you can see here, I've bent his hand round, and that supports his top half of his body. And like I said, then I didn't have to support him with his tail by doing that. So the tail wraps around the back of the Predator. So it's a nice pose altogether. Really impressed with it, but like I say, it takes up a real lot of room in this cabinet. So anyway, the articulation is 5 out of 5. Extras. He's all split down when you get him. You have to put one of his arms on, his hands, one of his legs, both feet, the spikes on his back, and the spine that sort of pulls away from his back. The only extra that you do get is the face hugger, and it's a mirrored bottom to this cabinet, so obviously you're seeing the top of it and the bottom. It is all articulated. It's got a wire tail, wire arms. You can pose it. I've got it in sort of jumping position. It is really impressive extra. I'm glad this came with it. So yeah, I know a lot of the aliens don't come with it, but like I say, it's a really good extra, I think. But you don't get many extras, so it does lose points on that. I'm only going to give it a 3 out of 5. Right, the value. As I said, I bought it now, paid 130 for it. I would think I could put it back on for 130, and over a week I would think that I would definitely sell it for that, maybe even take it somewhere to 160, because the ones that are for sale, most of them are from America, and to get them to this country you're having to pay a lot of shipping, so I would think I could sell it and actually make a little bit on this one, but I'm not 100% sure to keep it or to sell it, if I'm honest, at the moment. I do like it, but I've got that many figures on way now, I'm struggling to fit them all in. Right, so on the value, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. So on this figure, I'm going to give it 30 and a possible 35. Right, so while I'm doing this, I'm just going to go through, do a recap on some new poses I've done, show you I've got at the moment. You obviously know what I've sold, and tell you I am thinking of selling some of these figures, but I'm not sure whether to even mess about with eBay, or just sell them straight through PayPal. Like I say, I'm a top dealer on eBay, but I'm sick of paying the charge, if I'm honest. I sold like £1,200 worth of figures over the last month, and obviously I've been stung with bill for eBay's commission, which really fucks me off, but that's how it goes. But like I say, I am aiming at a collector's market. I know I do get a lot of collectors watching these videos, so like I said, they're not definite things I want to sell, but the idea's in my mind, and if you want to make an offer to me on the figs I'm going to name, then I'll see if we can do some business. Right, I'm thinking about selling. Like I say, if you're interested in this alien, just let me know what you think it's worth or what you would offer me for it, because I do like it and it does pose well and it's in top condition, but I'm still not sure if, because it's taking up 2 places in the cabinet, whether to keep it or not. So that's a possibility for a sale. Predator 1, don't even dream asking for that. That's my pride and joy at the minute. I'm loving that one. I'm just going to turn the lights off on this because it's a little bit bright now. Hellboy, I'm thinking of selling Hellboy. Not because there's anything wrong with him, because there isn't. All the figs I've got now are all mint condition. And all the boxes are mint condition, apart from a couple of little shelfware, a couple of little corner dents. But Hellboy, only really because he's not a character I'm that into. He's a top figure, and I know it's very rare now, so I'm considering that one. If you, like I say, if you want to offer on these, just talk to me. I am reasonable. Obviously, I don't want to get bummed, but I'd think about it. Rocket, no, I'd keep that. I'd never ever sell Rocket, the first one I bought for my son. The Indiana Jones sideshow, I'm thinking about. I was toying with the idea of putting an Hot Toys body on it, or I don't know whether to just sell it. I don't really know what it's worth. I would think somewhere around £60–70, but like I say, if you're interested in that one, let me know. These are the Rambos. It took me ages to collect those. I wouldn't sell any of those. Coming up, as you know, I've got the bad version MJ. Assassin's Creed, Ezio, changed his pose because he kept fucking like slipping down, not standing the pose when I had him jumping, but I'm liking this pose anyway. Just changed the Billie Jean pose, really liking that one at the moment. Get shitloads of comments on this one, but I'd never sell it. Thriller version, as you can see. John Connor, Marcus Wright. I did get my donut head for the T1000. Finally, Terminator, and the other T1000. I'm going to do a part 2 actually for the T1000, just to go into where I got the parts from to make up 2 complete figures. As you can see, they've both got the police belts on. I did have to get them. I did get the spare head, other bits and bobs. I'll go into best places to find them. Coming up, obviously the DX Joker, Wolverine, now the DX Batman. Really loving that figure. I did get a spare body for the DX thing, that's going back in box because can't have that taking another space up. The Bank Robber Joker I'm thinking about selling. That's a top figure, but there's only so many Joker figures you need. That'd be a reluctant sale, but if you were interested, just talk to me and we'll see what we can do. Obviously I've got the Godfather in a new pose, loving that figure, I'd never sell that. The Iron Man, battle damaged, maybe sell that one because I've ordered the Mark 6. War Machine, that's a new one. I'm not sure with that War Machine, to be honest. and the blade I'd never sell. Okay, Clipper King out.